So guys, everybody is talking about the new missile for the British, the Brimstone, a missile that was long awaited by British mains and a very interesting weapon. Might even be a super weapon compared to everything else that we had in the game. Well, that was on theory at least, right? Of course, with GAIJIN adding the dual mode with only the single mode semi-active laser homing of the Brimstone, it became basically the same missile that we already have in the game. The Hellfire, pretty much, right? It's a missile that it's still amazing. It really is a very good missile, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it wasn't really what people expected. It wasn't really what people wanted, actually, the Brimstone to be. So there are some reasons, and then I have an idea of a compromise between the players and GAIJIN that we might have something in this missile that would be interesting while we wait for the missile to have its full capabilities. You tell me in the comments if you think that that would be a great idea. So what it would be actually? Well, the first thing is that the Brimstone is a missile that has radar guidance and laser guidance, but radar guidance is, on the words of GAIJIN, too OP to be added right now, which means that they are not gonna add that, right? So only semi-active laser homing. But the thing is, the radar is only OP because we don't have counters to it. It's on their own words. This is they are saying this, okay? The missile is it was going to be too good because even smoke wouldn't make it miss. The missile would just hit no matter what. And another problem that, let's be honest, could be fixed by GAIJIN, but they want to be realistic, maybe. I don't know why they wouldn't change that, but it's of course the friendly fires that these missiles would cause. So the missile would have a radar homing. He would simply be on the game here, for example. He would lock onto a target and he would fire a missile, and multiple missiles maybe. I could fire all of them over here. And basically all of those missiles would find a specific target and go on their own with a radar lock onto a tank, and they would kill all the tanks that were in a specific position. So let's be honest, it would be a little bit OP, wouldn't it? Because we don't have any counters to it. We don't have any type of radar countermeasure or anything that can actually be used as a ECM or anything like that can be used to make the radar of the Brimstone not really worth it to use. And of course, with the laser guidance, you can really make sure that a friendly fire is not gonna happen. But what if we change that? Let me restart this. What if there is another way? And that's my idea. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, guys. It's just an idea. It wouldn't be too realistic. Of course, maintaining just the semi-active laser homing would be the most realistic thing. But how can we actually make this missile better and more similar to real life without being too OP? So what I think should happen is maybe add this missile with a dual mode. But the dual mode wouldn't be a radar guidance. It would be basically a very good INS system that I'm pretty sure this missile has, or very similar to a GPS guidance. So what happens now is that you would basically have only the laser guidance, right? So you would basically need to find a target, you would turn on your laser, you would fire the missile, and you would need to maintain the radar lock onto the target until the missile hits that target. If you fire the missile and you turn off the laser, the missile would just go in a complete different way. This happens every single time. See, for example here, if I just fire the missile without the laser on, the missile doesn't really tracks. It just turns kinda with the INS, but it doesn't really do anything. Like, it doesn't go to where I pointed the target on. So for example here, I fired the missile, but where is the missile? It's nowhere near to be found. You hit it there, right? So what I propose is to these INS be as precise as a GPS guidance system or something like that, so that you are going to hit even if you didn't have the laser on. But The only thing that is going to matter here is that, of course, if you want a target to be moving, or hit a target that it's moving rather, you would need to turn on the laser. It would be basically like the advanced paveways. You would have a way of just making sure that you fire multiple missiles or guide a proper missile onto one target. So if you want to be really precise and do this, and if your target is moving, you would hit one. But maybe if I want to hit 3 targets, for example, or many targets maybe, I can. If they are standing still, they will all get killed. That way it is a somewhat similar way to what the actual Brimstone is, but not really, right? But it's like basically a compromise between the two. So you would be able to just fire one, fire one, fire one, fire one, for example, and they would all hit the 4 targets with their INS without losing the target like this. You know, they would be really precise. But if the target moves, you need to turn on the laser, and you can only target one target at once. This would mean that these missiles would be on the same levels of performance as a normal missile that we have with GPS guidance, or even a bomb that it's GPS guided, right? So you would be able to be as precise as you can, as you want, with a normal one target laser lock, or you can, for stationary targets, fire at multiple targets at the same time to be able to somewhat use the Brimstone like it was intended to. This would obviously be only a stopgap for when the radar can actually be added. Once we have some form of countermeasure, or GAIJIN finally figures it out how it would actually be like, maybe we can see this missile having the full capacity of it, just like it has in real life. So this is my idea. I hope you understood. So just a kind of a recap. It would be basically like the paveway, like the advanced paveway. It would be INS, GPS kind of guided, but if the target is moving, you need to turn on your laser, and you can only attack one target at once. Would it be realistic? No, not really. But is it realistic to not have the radar mode? No, it's not, right? So I still believe that maybe they can do something about the radar to actually be added in the game without being too OP, but I mean, they say they cannot, right? So if they say they cannot, this would be another idea to fix and to have in the game the Brimstone in a more fun and a little bit more effective way than what it is right now. It's a small change, I know, but it would be very cool. So let me know in the comments, guys, if you would like to see the Brimstone like this, if you don't compromise, if you don't want to compromise, if you don't like the idea because you think the missile needs to be added in the way that it should be added, or do you think that in the way that it is with GAIJIN right now, do you think it's fair enough? It is too OP to come in any other way, and the way that it is right now, it's pretty good. Let me know in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about this, and yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe. Always leave a comment, guys, even if it's cursing against me, even if it's saying that I need to sleep because a lot of you like to say that for some reason, but I mean, I know why, but still. And or to praise me, I don't know. Whatever, leave a comment, guys. It really does help the algorithm. Leave a like, always really help as well. Subscribe, as I said, and I see you guys on the next video. So bye, see ya.